Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chocolate Beauty 81. Oh, I don't even know what happened. Okay, I am so sorry you guys. Let's see if you guys can hear me before I even start. Well, hold on. I had my website up to I'm not my website, my YouTube channel up to make sure that I had sound because I was having issues with the sound. But anyway, let's get into it because I don't have a lot of time. We're going to be talking about Real Housewives of Potomac Season 6, Episode 11. Let's get into it. Okay, so I probably won't go in order because it was just a lot going on in this episode. A lot of things that was irrelevant, but it was mostly surrounding Wendy and, not Wendy, Candace and her husband. You see, it's so sad that I get them confused all the time, but I sometimes do. It is what it is. I'm dyslexic. Blame it on the chemicals. So anyway, so Candace's mom comes for a visit to her house because her mom is coming in town and supporting her because she's finally shooting a video for her new song. And her husband is supposed to be, managing her career and getting everything together. And with the way that that Candace and her mom interacts with each other, it just seems like she is just very catty. And she doesn't really like her relationship. She doesn't really like Eddie at all. She doesn't like her daughter's relationship with Eddie. So it's like very strange. She just seems like the parent that is just over what's the word I'm trying to look over. She just goes over boundaries. She doesn't understand what boundaries is, and that usually happens when you become an adult and your parent pays all your bills, or the parent pays for a big chunk of your bills, or if their name is on a deed. And it's just her mom just seems very, I don't know, very disrespectful with the way that she just interacts with her daughter. I'm sorry, y'all. I hear this AC in the background and it's getting on my nerves. Oh my God. I guess y'all gonna hear it this whole episode or this whole duration of this show because I can't turn it off from my iPad. Anyway, the next scene we see Giselle taking her daughter out on this driving lesson. Child, it was a driving lessons for I don't even know how to describe it. I guess my mom went through it with me when I think all parents, if they're teaching their children how to drive, it was just so funny. I thought that the interaction between Giselle and her daughter Grace was just like really good entertainment for the episode. I thought that it was just funny. So the next thing that we see is Mia shaded her mom. Oh yeah, I want to talk about Mia and her mom. I was just reading what I wrote down. I kind of felt like Mia is one of those kids who just never had her parent around. She didn't have the opportunities like her other siblings had with their parent. And now she's an adult and she's still shading her mom. They had reconciled recently, and she was talking about how her mom really spends a lot of time with her sister because she has no husband, and she does a lot for her, and they have a codependent relationship, and how she would want her mom to be there for her too. I felt like saying that her mom has a codependent relationship with her daughter because she's a single mom. I just felt like it was shady. It came across very shady because in Black homes, a lot of the grandparents really just helps out with the babysitting and helping their children. So I don't even understand why that's considered a codependent relationship when she's just there for her daughter. She has a closer relationship with her other child, which I will probably understand if she was coming from the standpoint of just wanting her mom to be there. But I just felt like on national television, you saying that your mom and your sister has a codependent relationship and because she don't got no man. Mia, I'm really not starting to like you at all. I just think that you have a nasty disposition about you. You say some terrible things in this episode about your relationship and your husband and comparing it to Candace's relationship with Eddie. I just think that you just need to stay in your lane and be quiet. Okay? Go back to the poll. So, no, you don't want nobody bringing up the fact that you used to be on the poll, but you want to sit up here and try to discredit other people based upon their relationship. But anyway, we were talking about her relationship with her mom. I just felt like she just could have worded it a lot better than saying that her mom and her sister had a codependent relationship. I thought it was shady. So let's talk about Mia comparing her situation with Candace. Now, Mia was talking about how her husband had 14 franchises when he met her, and he decided to be semi-retire and have her take over the business. Now, you saying that Candace and her husband has too much intertwining when it comes to business, and you're trying to help her because it caused a lot of relationship issues with you and your husband, with him overstepping his boundaries when it came to you taking control over his businesses. But I feel like your relationship is different. He's taking care over her music career. You having a business and you having a music career and being in the entertainment business is like two different fields. So I don't even understand how you can compare the two. Like, how does that even make sense at all, Mia? And then you trying to talk to your husband to try to say, tell her about Candace's situation when your situation is not even the same. It is not the same. Mia, you really got on my nerves on this episode. You really did get on my nerves. And I'm not done chewing you out because I didn't feel like you had the right to say anything about her at all. Who are you to even try to compare your situation with hers? You got off the pole, helped your husband, now you're in control because he's semi-retired. Candace has a whole music career and is trying to, launch herself. Her husband is a manager. Those are two different things. You work for your husband. Candace's husband works for her. It's two different situations. So anyway, I'll get back to you, Karen. Karen is a prime example of why you cannot tell your friends, your family, on what kind of business ventures that you're going to have, because they will take your idea and then make it their own. Karen talking about Wendy's candle line is not the same as hers because it's 3 wicks. It's still the same. You still stole something from her and made it your own. I just hate the fact that Karen is acting like a Karen. And acting as if she don't understand why, people will say that her stuff is coincidentally the same as Wendy's. I don't get it. Mia, you're tired, you're delayed, you're through, I'm done. Now, Wendy, let's get back to you because even though I am shading Karen about her, stealing your concept and your idea, selling the candles, let's talk about how you want to promote a business but don't have any idea and don't have any idea how much it costs. First of all, she goes and presents her husband Eddie a business proposal. Now, you spent a long time explaining what you wanted to do with the business, what it's about, what it stands for, what it means to you, but you didn't say anything about the demographics of how much it was going to cost, the warehouse, where you're going to, where you're going to supply this stuff. How much does it cost to make a candle? You didn't think about like the possibility of employees. That's not a business proposal. A business proposal outlines all of that. When your husband was asking you these questions, you was talking about you want to get back to him. I think that if it comes to business, you should at least understand how much things cost, the bottom dollar, because if you're not making any profit, it doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense if you don't know how much things cost. Hey Taz, how you doing? Welcome to the live. Thank you for watching. All right. So, let's talk. What happened next? What happens next? After that epic fail of Wendy presenting her husband with a business proposal with no business plans at all, we jump into Ashley's relationship with her uncle. Now, her father, both her biological parents wasn't there for her growing up. So she has a really close relationship with her uncle and his wife. Now, her uncle and his wife don't have a good relationship with her husband because of the cheating allegations. Of course, you publicly cheat on your wife. If I was in a relationship and somebody publicly cheated on me, my family wouldn't like you either. But I feel like there is something else going on that we don't know, that the cameras don't know, because it seems like Ashley's uncle was just not feeling Michael at all. But you know what was so uncomfortable about that whole conversation with Ashley is her telling her uncle and her cousins and her auntie that her uterus is falling out of her, woo-ha. Don't nobody need to know that that your woman anatomy is falling apart because you gave birth? I don't even know. Like, I just felt like she was oversharing. She was just doing too much. Okay, don't nobody need to know that your womb is outside of your body. I'm just saying. Okay, so what happens next? Child, Robin and her ex-husband, now fiance, went to look at different warehouses to see if they can expand her business because she has allegedly such high demand in her product, and they weren't looking, and they were looking at the place, and the place that they actually looked at was pretty decent, but her husband was like, this is too much, we got a lot going on. And then she explains to him that they're over $100,000 in budget in their house that they're building. If you're $100,000 over budget, why are you looking for a warehouse? I'm trying to understand where people claim that they're business owners or they're entrepreneurs or any of that, and you don't think about final costs. Yeah. Yes, it was, yeah, child. I didn't understand the whole situation with Ashley and her family, but going back to Robin and her ex-fiance, I really don't care, but they went to a nice space where they were going to possibly get a warehouse. They can't afford $1,700 on top of what they already are experiencing with expenses with their home. Moving on. So we get to the big part of the chunk of the episode, right? What time is it? Hold on, because I got another show to do over here. So Mia talking to Candace's mom about her relationship with her husband and what he is doing for her career. Mia, you really got underneath my skin. You really did. And I didn't like you from before, but you really made me not like you. And also, Candace's mother, I didn't like the fact that you went to complete strangers to talk bad about your daughter's husband. So anyway, let me set this up and tell y'all guys what was going on during that scene. So Candace was shooting her video and she invited all the ladies to be a part of it. The theme of the video was Fast and the Furious. So they were supposed to be in one scene, which was the last scene of that episode. And the ladies come. There were some issues with the car. Eddie didn't, pull through with getting that part of the job done. Now, everybody loves to criticize her husband on what he does. He's a chef. I think I called him Eddie before. I think his name is Chris. I can't think of his name right now. It just is what it is. Okay? I believe his name is Chris. But she was clearly upset and embarrassed because Chris didn't follow through with getting the last things done because she didn't want to embarrass herself or embarrass her husband in front of her mom. Well, your mom don't like your husband, darling, so she's going to talk about him every chance that she gets. So, when the cars wasn't showing up, and then she had to use the women's cars to make up for the missing cars, her husband comes in like a angry beast. Now, my thing was, Mia took it upon herself to go to Candace's mom and was like, well, do you know if Candace pays her husband to be a manager? And her mom was just like, that's what I want to know. I want to know. And Mia was like, I feel like her husband is riding her coattails. And her mom was like, absolutely he is. What? What? He's not even paying. She's not paying him. So I felt like the conversation was inappropriate. Mia was asking all of these questions. I'm like, lady, mind your business. Do not ask anybody anything. And I'm looking at Candace's mom sideways like, lady, why are y'all divulging this information to the stranger? I don't care if it's a show or not. I don't care if you like him, if you think that he is a low-class, low-grade person. This is the person that your daughter chose to be with. So you can either do one or two things. Either don't like him, which you do, and keep it moving, because everybody doesn't need to know that you don't like him. It's nobody's business. Or you support your child. I don't even understand how you talking about your daughter to these women and airing out how the way that you feel about these women is going to help your relationship. How is that going to help your relationship? Shut up. Don't say anything to anybody about your child. And why is it like, that is even a conversation? And then the whole deed situation came up because Candace's mother had the deed over her daughter's house, and the deed is no longer in her mother's name. So everything is transferred to Candace and her husband. I did not understand why you thought it was okay to bring up money, and already people think that her husband lives off of her. I just felt like it was just wrong. Like, oh man, listen, I can't take one thing. Listen, don't be overbearing and try to be a part of my life. Don't be overbearing and be a part of my life. Don't do it. Nope. You was dead wrong. And you had people asking questions. Well, you left it up in the air to have people think that maybe your name is still on the deed when you know damn well that your name is not on the deed. This is why I don't like when people have a problem with you in the family and they start talking to other people that don't know you, or people who are friendly with you or associates with you. It opens up questions that's not even real or even reality. Mia, you are trash, okay? I don't want you to forget that you're trash. You inserted yourself in a situation that you thought was okay to talk about somebody's relationship and husband and how the way they should conduct business. Girl, you're not even in the same industry. You're not in the same industry, and it's not the same situation. He's her manager. Her husband worked for her. You worked for your husband. Your husband wasn't your manager. And yet, in all actuality, you still work for your husband because his name is still on those businesses. Completely different situation. Stay in your lane. My goodness, man. Mia had my blood boiling so bad. I had to take it in portions. I didn't even watch the episode all the way through, because I just could not take that last scene. It took me like 2 days to watch that scene because I just felt like she was just inappropriate and she's just trying to create a storyline. Girl, you shouldn't be that desperate to where you're pulling out drama, bringing up family issues to the forefront. No, you're not the first person in reality television to do it, but guess what? You're annoying and you're new. Nobody knows you, so just shut up and show us something else. If you want us to see you as a businesswoman, then present that to the television and keep it moving. We don't care about what happened in between you and your husband when you start comparing it to other people's relationships and dynamics. Girl, stay in your lane. Oh, she made me so mad, y'all. All right, you guys, I am done for this week. I will be reviewing Chasing Dallas. I will be doing the first episode and the second episode at the same time. I'm hoping and praying that my schedule will permit me to do it in between tomorrow and Saturday. So you guys will be getting material for that. Also, I am watching Clickbait, so you will be getting that as well. That show is crazy. But I am looking forward to bringing more content to this platform. Please make sure that you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm almost there to 1K. Excuse me. The last time I checked, I was like maybe like 6 off or something like that from getting to 1K. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure that you guys check out my my website, www.chocolatebeauty.com. The last time I did a show, I had everything wrong. I was so tired. But thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next week. Have a good night. Bye-bye.